Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party are bashing on regardless. His own allies don't seem convinced. Rashid Khidwai, is Rahul Gandhi making a mistake? He's picking up an issue where clearly Garga Chatterjee's Trinamool or RJD, the SP, they're not as enthusiastic. They're largely staying away from the official protest. He's still bashing on. Could this prove counterproductive, or he clearly seems to think he's onto a big idea?
I think, Rahul, if you look at, Rahul Gandhi's track record and his politics, he simply doesn't care. There is nobody in the Congress or outside who can make him see reason. So it is his agenda, it is his politics, and he thinks he will be successful. So the options that opposition, that India Alliance people have is either to take it or leave it. Rahul Gandhi is not going to change. He's not going to make any amendment in what he thinks is politically correct or what he should do.
But Maharashtra showed. He took up this issue of Maharashtra versus Gujarat. He took up the Dharavi issue. It didn't track electorally.
No, he felt strongly about it. But I want to make another point, Rahul, that see, now the opposition has realized that out of 99 seats that the Congress won, if you leave out the alliance states, the Congress tally would have been just 31. It's just theoretical. It is not so therefore the allies are actually using that as a leverage to bring Congress to these. But anybody who knows Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka and Sonia Gandhi, they're not going to go and call on Mamata Banerjee and beg and plead to her to take the leadership of India Alliance. So this is very unlikely. And in the absence of that gesture by Sonia or Rahul, Mallikarjun Kharge cannot act. And therefore, I am saying here in your program that India Alliance is as good as dead.
No, but the fact is, Pradeep Bhandari, it takes time to become a whole. Rahul Gandhi, for good or for bad, seems to have made up his mind that this Modani issue, Modi, Adani, is something that he will go to town with. Whether it takes 1 year or 2 years, media wale dikhate nahi hai, sab bike hue hain, Godi media, Modi media, he'll keep going down that road. And he'll hope at some point in time, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, 20 years, 30 years later, he'll be able to convince the Indian voter about it.
Well, Rahul, I think there are more than 50, 55 relaunches of Rahul Gandhi by many individuals in the Latins and also the friends of the Congress party, but they've been unsuccessful because making YouTube videos, vlog videos, mimicry is different from real politicking. I'll just show you the hypocrisy of the Congress party. The Congress party, in particular, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra, intends to raise the Adani issue in the parliament. This is their state-ruled Telangana, where the BRS wants to raise the Adani issue, and they blocked BRS from raising the Adani issue because they went forward exposing the Adani link with Revanth Reddy. So how can a party which is so hypocritical in the state and the center think about getting its allies together? We are ready to debate any issue, but we want answers from Mrs. Sonia Gandhi. Why was she part of co-chairperson of FDL-AP Foundation, which believes in independence?
When was this put out? Which year is this?
No, she still continues to be the co-chair.
Which year was that? You're talking about Kashmir and they put out something.
Yes.
Priyanka said that is 1994. Which year is this?
No, she continues to be.
No, not that. The point with being a part of this organization is that they put out a poster on Kashmir which you disagree with. I'm saying which year did that poster come out?
This is in the 1990s, but the point is that this
organization... So they put out a poster in 1994.
Yes.
Was Priyanka one of the chairs at that time?
Sonia Gandhi was and still is. Was
she a chair at that time in 1994?
She was.
So when something was said in 1994, how is that relevant in 2024?
It is relevant because if an organization, when Sonia Gandhi's party was in power, that is UPA 1 and UPA 2, she continued to be. No, she continued to be the co-chair even in the time of UPA 1 and UPA 2.
This poster on Kashmir came out in 1994.
The stand, if you go to the FDL-AP website, the stand on Kashmir hasn't changed. They believe
but I'm trying to understand whatever their position. Obviously, that's not the position of the Congress party, but that's a 20-year-old position, right?
No,
how is it relevant today?
The organization FDL-AP continues.
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
No, because
how is that relevant today? 20 years ago, somebody took some position. How is that relevant to Parliament proceedings today?
It's not 20 years ago, Rahul.
The poster came out in
this
idea
but the
on
FDL-AP Foundation, when Sonia Gandhi was in power, I believe if you recall and remember Shashi Tharoor's tweet in 2009, when Congress party was in power, they believed George Soros is an old friend.
Forget that. I'm saying something which was said 20 years ago, you are using to obstruct Parliament.
It's not using. Somebody who took money from terrorists 20 years ago, if we get to know about the facts, we'll obviously enlighten the people.
But is this not a very big stretch? I mean, you got a here and now crisis.
No, we believe absolutely, Congress party in particular, Rahul Gandhi, when he goes and works with Salil Shetty, who's the vice chair of George Soros Foundation in India, and which is funded FDL, which believes in an independent Kashmir. I believe national interest is constant, whether it is 1970s, 2000, 2024.
Yeah, but this position, I mean, you're saying what you
Sonia
are.
Gandhi's position hasn't changed. If you recall and remember.
How do you know she wants a free Kashmir?
Did they go for abrogation of did they support abrogation of
abrogation is different from free Kashmir. They were in power for 10 years.
Sonia Gandhi clarified it?
They were in power for 10 years.
Yes,
they never pushed for independence of Kashmir. So it's a bit of an absurd argument you're making.
But if you recall and remember, when Mr. Manmohan Singh was in power, they never went ahead and moved forward.
Because it wasn't their agenda, it was your agenda.
No, it was, because
you're saying their agenda is free Kashmir. I'm saying they had an opportunity to be in power for 10 years. They never pushed ahead with it. You're saying their agenda is free Kashmir. I'm saying they were in power for 10 years. They did nothing about it.
It's simple. We are in power. We will be accountable for what we do even 30 years down the line.
Yeah, but they didn't push the line that you're claiming they pushed.
They were not. Mrs. Gandhi was not in the co-chair in 1990. She continued to be the co-chair in 2000.
Yeah, so therefore, if it was her agenda, when she had an opportunity, she would have pushed ahead.
Congress Party never believed in integration of Jammu and Kashmir. That was the case.
You're talking about independence of Kashmir. There's a difference between the two.
But
surely you are smart enough to understand that.
Rahul, if somebody who used to run the government in 2000,
who you're saying wanted a free Kashmir,
no,
and she had an opportunity.
I'm not saying she wanted free Kashmir.
No, you're saying that's the agenda of FDL.
She was the co-chair of an organization which believed in free Kashmir. So we want Mrs. Sonia Gandhi to clarify.
No, so I'm sure that's for
but
her
she has to clarify.
Anyway,
Somebody took money from a terrorist 20 years down the line. That doesn't mean that after 20 years the facts are coming to the picture. We will not ask for a clarification.
But the absurdity, the sheer absurdity of picking up something which was said 20 years ago to make a point now is almost like, okay, we need something to use as ammunition to attack, and therefore we will find what
Rahul,
we will.
20 years
I
down
think
the
I
line,
have
George
spoken,
Soros,
so has
the VP
Pradeep.
of George
We
Soros
leave it
also
to our
continues
viewers
fight.
to decide
The VP
what
of George
they
Soros
make
Foundation
of it.